Welcome to a little corner of consciousness, where we embark on this journey of consciousness expansion together, one coherent step at a time. On a little corner of consciousness, we explore coherence, expansion, and frequency as we move deeper into our wholeness together. I'm your host, Stephanie Ablett. Welcome to the show. Hello, my lovely listeners. Welcome back to another episode of A Little Corner of Consciousness. I'm your host, Stephanie Ablett. Let's have a conversation about future self. This is something that I have tried so many times in so many different ways. There's so many different practices that involve your future self. And it is something that can be incredibly powerful. If we think about existing as consciousness in a quantum field where everything is potential and possibility, your future self could be anything and anyone. A future you could be any possibility that you ever wish to have, ever wish to experience, ever wish to exist as. We live in an infinite universe, in an infinite quantum field, where there is all possibility, all potential. What is it that you wish to see for yourself? Can you set aside time to envision a future self? Let's go over a couple different ways that you can actually do this. One is that you can envision a future self. You can think about what that looks like, what you would like to look like physically, how you want it to feel, where you think you would be, what would you be doing, all these different details about what it would look like and envisioning what this future you would look like, feel like, act like, be like. And then you can go deeper. And you can go into the quantum field and you can actually bring yourself into a state of neutrality where you are not forcing yourself to envision, where you are not forcing an outcome, where you are perfectly comfortable where you are in this moment, settled into nothing in the quantum field. And you can think about a specific quality that you wish to have and a future self that has this. So say it's a future self that is making a specific income, or it's a future self that has met your perfect partner, or it's a future self who has become successful in their business, or a future self who has the job of their dreams or lives in their dream location, whatever it is you wish. Pick an attribute that you wish to have or wish to experience, and you call in the future self that has this quality. And you allow this future self to reveal themselves to you in the quantum field. Whether that is an energy that you come into, whether that is you seeing them in front of you, whatever your best way is to experience it, let it reveal itself to you and let yourself explore what it is like to be the future self that has this quality. When you really let yourself melt into this experience, it can be really, really profound. And so say you are able to see this future self in front of you, and you're able to see what they look like, how they speak and how they present themselves and how excited they are to tell you about their life. You can see how they dress. You can ask them questions. You can fully engage in a conversation with this future self. Or maybe you call in this future self that has this specific quality. And you can just have this knowing, you can have this feeling, you can have this enveloped experience that unfolds and presents to you what it would be like for you to have this quality. The key is, once you are able to touch base with this future self, whether it's just knowing the quality or whether it's having the experience of them being in front of you and you having a full conversation, however it presents itself to you, the next bit is key. What you want to do is ask that energy, ask that future self to merge with you. When you merge with your future self, you are able to come into their energy. It's similar to quantum jumping. Have you ever heard of quantum jumping by, what's his name? Bert Goldman. Bert Goldman had these great videos, these great teachings on quantum jumping. If you haven't seen his work, give it a shot. It's super cool. Jumping realities, quantum jumping realities. And in he talks about collecting the rhythm of your other self, your self in another reality. And that also is potentially a future self. When you are able to merge with the future self, you are fully able to actually feel and sense what it's like to be them, as if you are in their energy and in their body. You can feel their energy levels, you can feel their emotions, you can feel their moods, you can feel their joy, you can feel their excitement, you can feel all of the things that you truly wish to experience, and it can bring you life. It can bring you so much joy and so much excitement to know what it's like to have the quality of life that you are seeking. It's like collecting a missing piece from your life. There's something that you really wish to experience, and when you can tap into that through a future self, you're able to then become them. There's this magic that happens when you know what it feels like to be that future self. You know what it feels like to become someone new, to become something that you are deeply resonating with, something that's calling you. And it is actually your future self calling you into their existence. Because time is not linear. Time is a dimension. Time is everywhere. And you can tap into time at any time. So when you're able to really have an experience as if you are living as your future self, you are giving yourself the greatest gift to begin to resonate within your own body, in your own body here and now, as your future self. When you merge with them, when you do quantum jumping and collect their rhythm, like in Bert Goldman's quantum jumping, you, in a very beautiful way, you are living the future now. And then the work comes to figure out how to move forward as this future self. If it is something that you really, really, really want to experience, something that feels immaculate in your body, when you are able to merge with this future self and you feel incredible, you feel powerful, you feel aligned, you feel in mission, in purpose, when you feel like your dreams are coming true, then you can begin to gift yourself time to understand them. You can gift yourself the presence that becomes possible when you live as them. You can begin to understand what it's like to wake up as them. How does their day unfold? How do you choose to live now that you know what it feels like to be that future self? How are you going to choose differently today as the merged version of your future self? What gets to be different? What gets to bring you closer to truly living out that future? And choose. Choose new habits. Choose a new diet. Choose new exercise. Choose new thoughts. Choose new routines. Choose whatever feels like your future self, whatever feels like the choices that your future self would make. Choose them. Live them now. That is such a powerful practice. You are not just a three-dimensional being. You're not just a human living in a body in this life doing away. You are a multi-dimensional being. You are able to tap into the quantum field. You are able to tap into potentials, possibilities, versions of yourself, versions of anything you can think of. Honestly, the quantum field is absolutely limitless. But let's focus on the future you that is possible, to live the life that lights you up, to be the version of you that feels so incredible. It's just a first step towards living in harmony, in coherence, in peace, by giving yourself the gift of seeing what is actually possible for you and choosing the greatest version that is possible for you. And this isn't really about becoming more, becoming next level. It's just experience. It's investigation of what it feels like to be a different version of you. To be a version of you that maybe doesn't have the same patterns of thought that you currently have, or doesn't have the same negative responses that you wish you didn't have. It just gives you insight into how it's possible to live a different way. And that can be an incredible tool. Because once you really meet this version of you that you feel desperate to live as right now, it gives you purpose to choose the best choices for you in this moment. Because sometimes we know what our best choices are, and we still choose what is safe, what is known, what is comfortable. But when we have that knowing within us, in our hearts, when we've been lit up by what is possible for us, it's hard not to choose those better choices. It's hard not to choose being a more aligned, more alive, more life-filled version of you when you know what that feels like. A few years ago, I was in a really bad place within myself, in a relationship. I had a lot going on and my life fell apart. And I had this experience of a future self who had figured out the details. who had overcome so much, who was incredibly powerful. I remember coming into her energy, merging with her energy, and it felt like it took me 30 seconds to expand into her capacity. It felt so gigantic. She felt like a 30-foot being because her energy was so vital, so vivid, so alive, so powerful, so significant. Knowing what her energy felt like, knowing how full of life and joy and purpose and alignment she was, gave me life to make better choices. And it continues to unfold today, years later. That one experience created ripples of change in my life that continues to unfold. And I know that I am still on the trajectory to be her. Not that I'm reaching for anything more than I am right now, but that I allowed myself to be my fucking self. To own who I was, to own what I wanted, to own living my truth. And knowing the power and the life force that comes with that changed my life forever. When I did it then, I was very much trying to escape where I was because it felt unimaginably difficult. I felt like I was in a sinkhole that I could not get out of. I was drowning in life. And to have the knowing that she overcame so much and became who she was, who was full of life, doing what she loved, fully excited by life, taking life for everything that it truly is, and just being so full of vitality and love and purpose. I knew that I could do it, that I could choose differently, that I could get myself out of the situation that I had put myself in. You know, it's life's complications. And it was time for life to change. And so it did. And so I did. And the place that I am in today versus where I was then is lifetimes apart. And one practice of future self can create ripples of change that you can't even imagine. All it takes is 15 minutes, 10 minutes of exploration, of exploring what's possible for you. Choosing one quality, one thing that you wish to see, and seeing a future self that has that is that. Not because you're lacking it right now. The only thing you're lacking is the vision to see it, the inspiration to know that it's already within you. This isn't about chasing something down the road. It's not about seeing that there's a version of you that is better than what you are now. It's actually just about seeing the potential that already lives within you. To get a taste of what that feels like so that you can make the choices that create that for you. It's so awesome that we are able to do this. This is something that we need to teach children how to do. To be able to live as something that feels so nourishing, so fulfilled, so joyous, so full of life, that it inspires us to choose now. And to choose to live now as if that was already our life. because that's already us within us. If we gave ourselves the permission to be ourselves fully. I have a few different activations on my website that give you something very similar to this. One is the higher self activation. One is authenticity. And another is calling. And these all give the same kind of practice where you are tapping into something that will help to spark new energy, new vitality, a new connection within you that will give you the boost to do the brave thing and be more of who you truly are. To bet on yourself and do the thing that you've been wanting to do. To bet on yourself and make the new choices. Make the choices that you know you could be making that would make incredible changes in your life. 2026 is giving us life force. It is clearing the path for us to bravely honor everything that we are. It's been hinting at the unfolding of our divine consciousness. We've been unraveling from all of the layers, healing on so many different levels for the last who knows how many years. And now we are finally reaching the point where it is unfolding. Momentum has been built. We have crossed a threshold. And now, if we can be brave and trust and bet on ourselves, we are going to do incredible things. We are going to live as our most authentic selves in our most aligned lives in the most beautiful, phenomenal, life-enriching, fulfilling, purpose-driven, love-filled lives. And when many of us do this, it's going to shift the planet. So, my love, how do you choose to bet on yourself today and choose to see yourself in a new way that will allow your greatness to rise from within you? Can you set aside 10 minutes today to call in a future self that will give you life, inspiration, love, and energy to choose differently and start to lead the life that you enjoy living? I mean, really, really enjoy living. Today, I am that future self because the way that I feel within my own body, the total wholeness, the whole new nervous system I feel has integrated within me, the joy and wonder and confidence and peace I feel just being myself is something that I thought was never possible. And I'm so grateful for these kinds of practices that give us a vision, a feeling, the energy, encouragement, inspiration to choose better for ourselves. Choose yourself, my love. And choose this one life you get to live as who you are right here, right now. There's no other chance for this to happen. This is it. Who you are right now will never be again. You were created in a specific way for a specific purpose. To just be you. To just let yourself be the full expression of who you are. There is nothing more fulfilling than to let yourself be the full expression of your own life force. You are the fractal of God that was created to be exactly who you are. You don't have to be anything different. You just have to be you. To just let yourself burst with enthusiasm for what it is that lights you up, that lets that life force burst out of your chest, that inspires you to change worlds, to change lives, to love immensely. Just choose to live it. It's so worth it. Okay. That's it for today. My lovey loves. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I'm sending you so much love. I'll see you in the next episode. Hello, lovely listeners. Thank you so much for giving your time and energy to this episode of A Little Corner of Consciousness. Now that you have received this transmission, give yourself time to ground it in. Allow it to land in your body and to move through your body. Let the energy move through your centers to your root and down into the earth. Bring it all the way down into the center of the earth and let the transmission become grounded, rooted, and embodied. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share. Please leave a review. Please download, follow the show. Help me to reach more individuals. And if you'd like to learn more about my work, visit stephanieablett.com. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time.